when they're looking at the fair, they're like, this is all just right here.
Yeah.
Our own backyard where we live.
Yes.
The grass is always greener in someone else's yard.
Yes. Welcome to Holiday Film Countdown. I'm Jamie Walter, and today we are going to St. Louis.
That's right. This film is Meet Me in St. Louis, our 22nd ranked holiday film. Hello, I'm Tim Walter. Wholesome, earnest, charming. I have no snark for this one. It's simply a grand treasure.
Our first guest is Macy Cotton. Hi, Macy.
Hey.
Please let us know what you're drinking and give us a quick thought on Meet Me in St. Louis.
So I am pregnant right now, so no booze for me. I'm having a lemon lime poppy, but turned it into a Shirley Temple.
Excellent.
Very nice.
And I love Meet Me in St. Louis. It was such a delight.
All right, and our other guest is Ryan Teel. Hi, Ryan. What are you drinking, and what's your initial thought on this film?
Hey there, I'm having a mezcal straight on the rocks. Big mezcal fan lately, and it was just so charming. I loved it. It was fun to watch.
Great.
And I am drinking Deep Eddy. It's the lemon flavored vodka with a little bit of sparkling water added to it. And it is very good. And my thought on the film is wholesome. Mm-hmm. I can't think of another word that just kind of fits it, ties it all together other than wholesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I'm also drinking mezcal, joining Ryan here. And it is such a well-made film. It's not overwhelming on the holiday theme, but it's there. And this is a holiday countdown, so we have a little Halloween, but it's just so well made.
Meet Me in St. Louis was written by Sally Benson. She was a renowned story writer, theater, film, and television writer. It was directed by Vincent Minnelli. His best works are musicals like this film, Meet Me in St. Louis, plus An American in Paris, and also dramas and romances like the original Father of the Bride. Meet Me in St. Louis was released in 1944.
This one was filmed at MGM Studios in Los Angeles on a street built specifically for the movie. The Smith and next door Blewett houses were demolished in 1972, so they hung around for about 30 plus years. Judy Garland is the lead, with Margaret O'Brien and Mary Astor also starring. Judy Garland and director Vincent Minnelli had a love affair and eventually married and divorced, and they had one child whose name was Liza Minnelli.
So, Macy, what is your history with Meet Me in St. Louis?
You know, maybe I had seen it in high school. I remember the musical part of it, and my family, like my mom would sing the songs and everything. But other than that, I didn't really remember much about the plot. And so it was really nice to revisit it.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Ryan, had you seen it before?
No, in fact, I thought about maybe watching it for the first time in preparation for today, but I thought I'd go in fresh, just give first thoughts about the movie. No, it was beautiful. It was a classic. I think that was the only other film besides Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland that I'd ever seen.
Okay.
And I get the Judy Garland hype now.
All right. Well, I like the fresh look. Little time to process. These are going to be just raw thoughts from Ryan tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
I also hadn't seen it till we watched it just to get the countdown. So it was actually my second time. The first time was just in preparation, numbering the films. So I hadn't, even though it's pretty high up on the list before we started this podcast, I hadn't seen it. So
Yeah, I just knew of it, heard of it a lot, came up often in the searches, had to check it out. The big time film people raved about it. So here it is.
all right, let's check out the trailer.
Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell.
The firm is sending me to New York. We'll leave right after Christmas.
What about me and my life?
Excuse me, Mr. Neely, but it's pronounced St. Louis.
I want it to be something strange and wonderful. Something I'll always remember. Merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
So Macy, do you feel like the trailer makes you want to watch the film?
You know, it doesn't really give a lot of the plot, but I mean, the plot is maybe a little light anyways. But
Right.
The trailer is the Judy Garland show, and I mean, I love watching the Judy Garland shows, so absolutely. She looks like a star, you know.
Yeah, they definitely highlighted her the most in the trailer. I find it interesting that a lot of the older movies don't necessarily do what we think of as the traditional trailer. They'll do more like an ad for it. But this one is more like a traditional trailer, even though it's rather short. It's still just showing clips from the movie. And some of the older ones that we've watched trailers on are just so different. But this one is more like the trailers that we know today.
Yeah, this one was a minute and a half, and typically they're 2.5 minutes, our trailers. And also they did do headshots with titles for a lot of the stars, at least 8 of them. And you would never see that today.
True.
Yeah.
That was unusual.
It's gotten to the point where if I'm seeing a trailer in a theater, sometimes I start to cover my eyes because it just gives the whole movie away. But this trailer is just saying, you're going to love it. It's the happiest MGM movie. That's all you need to know.
They even said if you've seen it once, you'll come back again, which I liked.
That's true.
That's big hype. All right, let's go inside the numbers. The North American box office sales were just over 5 million, plus Meet Me in St. Louis did another 1.5 million internationally. Those are big numbers for the 40s. Very successful, especially during a world war. So with that total 6.5 million in ticket sales against a cost of, we think, 4.2 million, not sure, approximately. Let's go with that. We have a net profit of at least 2.5 million. And back to the cost, the set ran 500,000 to create, and the music was another 235,000. Plus, Judy Garland was paid $2,500 per week. That $500,000 set in 1943 would be equivalent to over 9 million in today's dollars.
Man.
That's more than that maid made.
Meet Me in St. Louis has a score of 3.8 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and we will all give our own reviews and scores later.
Well, I definitely feel that the set was very grand, and I love the houses. The style was just very lush and extravagant. And in my opinion, they didn't act like they were for the time, but they were saying that they're for common folks. They were talking about when they were moving, you know, and I was like, really? Are you the common folk? I don't know.
That was incredible.
Right?
So you got to think the build out, they built those facades, and then the interior of the Smith home was off the charts, spared no expense on appointments. Everything was all the way. Lots of velvet and brass and just everything.
Crystal chandeliers with the, I guess it was gas too.
It had to be because we saw flames coming off those lights.
Right.
When you really notice how much thought they put into decorating the house in the last scenes when they were packing, and you notice, oh my gosh, the walls are so bare.
Right.
Like they had something on every square inch of that wall.
Yes.
Yeah,
They were not minimalists.
No, they would be aghast at what we have now. With the current trend. I mean, clean and light and airy. No.
The opposite. Dark and heavy.
Yep.
All right. Talking about the holiday tropes, there aren't much. There's just not a lot in these old movies. It's just not as commercialized, I feel like, Christmas as it is now. But we did see a really pretty Christmas tree.
It was huge.
It was huge.
Wide.
You're right.
They have wide trees in these
Yes,
old movies.
very big. Like, again, you would have to have a very grand place to fit that tree.
And is that, I guess it's garland going around it?
Yeah.
Garland and tinsel.
But I don't really, I mean, they had snow, but
Wreath. At least
wreath
one wreath.
on the wall. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
They had some of the best snowmen I had ever seen on
great
film.
snowmen.
Wait, they didn't even call them snowmen. They called them snow people.
Yeah.
They were politically correct.
They were cute. They had them very dressed up with the scarves and the hats. And
Yeah, I mean, when Tootie went out and hacked it up, that's when you could kind of tell they were in Hollywood and not in St. Louis, when you saw that snow crumbling.
Yeah.
It's like those went down pretty easy.
And just the texture of it.
yeah.
Not a lot of lights. They mentioned Santa Claus, but there was no
Coming,
Santa
yeah.
Claus.
But we didn't see him. Yeah, and really the Christmas didn't really happen until the end of the movie.
Right.
You kind of are waiting and waiting and waiting for Christmas.
I mean, it would have been a great neighborhood for carolers, but instead they were burning old wood in the street for Halloween.
Yeah, it's not like your modern Hallmark Christmas movie where there's like a Santa in every single scene. Like they can't let you forget it's Christmas.
Right.
And the whole town outside is decorated, right?
Yep.
I mean, it was nothing like that. We didn't see anything.
What did y'all think of their Halloween traditions?
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it.
I wish I'd been doing that as a kid.
Yeah, I put for my, if I can talk about a hot take, is the price of eggs like they are now. I think that we should readopt the tradition of throwing flour on your neighbor's faces and saying that you hate them. That was wild.
I mean, what a strong word.
Yes, could you? I can't imagine telling my neighbor I hate them. Maybe throwing some flour at them, maybe.
In this economy, I'm going to throw flour on my neighbors instead of papering their trees.
Yeah, none of these high school hooligans need to be throwing eggs anymore.
Ryan, what did you think of the 9-year-old bonfire in the street?
Honestly, I feel like as an older person, I should be like those darn kids, but I would have gone crazy if there was a neighborhood bonfire. I would have loved that.
It
as a
looked
kid.
really fun.
No, they're in St. Louis. Here in Austin, Texas, we have burn bans often, so that would not fly. But
Yeah, if there's no bulk trash pickup, just once a year, everyone go to the cul-de-sac, throw everything in a big pile.
old couches.
Yeah.
I think it was a little ironic because they're so wholesome and so proper. And then here we see these kids going and throwing flour in the faces. Instead of trick-or-treating, the kids go to the houses, ring the doorbell, and they throw flour at the person's face who opens the door.
After they tell them they hate them.
And and don't forget, they have to say, I hate you.
Or it doesn't count as a kill.
Right.
No.
Right.
A kill, yeah. It
And
was
then
really
Trudy
strong.
was so excited that she was what was the exact word? I'm the
Oh yeah, because it was like
I'm the most horrible.
I'm the most horrible. Yes. And I'm like, wow, okay. For these wholesome people who seem so prim and proper, the kids really let loose, and then they're throwing everything they can gather from the houses to put in their bonfire. We
And
saw
then-
furniture and
They have
Sabotaging.
364 days a year to be proper.
gotta let loose sometime, right?
And one day a year to sabotage public transportation with fake corpses.
True.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's get into the characters and actors. Clearly, the star is Judy Garland. She plays Esther Smith. Judy Garland's given name was Frances Ethel Gum, and she and her two sisters were performers in that early part of the 20th century. And then she broke out as a star. Obviously, she's a great singer, very good actor. If you're alive, you know of 1939's Wizard of Oz. She also starred in 30 other films. She performed at 1,100 plus concerts.
Goodness.
She released over 20 albums. She also had numerous stage and TV appearances. She was in the 1954 version of A Star is Born. Believe it or not the original. There was a 1937 one before that. But we also had a 1976 remake starring Barbra Streisand and a 2018 remake starring Lady Gaga.
Yep.
And she had 2 Best Actress Academy Award nominations and 3 Emmy nominations. Never actually won those awards, but she did win a special 1939 Juvenile Academy Award for The Wizard of Oz.
Interesting.
But she did win Grammys. 5 nominations, 2 wins. She also had a pretty tragic life.
I have heard it's, hard growing up.
And tough marriages, tough adulthood, barbiturates was the cause of death. So, and maybe that's why they stopped giving out the Juvenile Academy Award. Maybe it was a kiss of death.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just have to bring up, what about those bangs?
Iconic.
I'm just like, how is that going? Is it flipped up, flip down, flip under? I don't know.
Yeah, really, a lot of the ladies' hairstyles in that movie were
Right?
pretty wild.
I know.
So, Macy, do you think those bangs come down her forehead and then go back up over the top? Or do you think they come from the back and come up, down, and into the forehead?
In my head, they go out and then go all the way over the top. Like I can visualize the curler that is just pulled out. But I don't know if that's really how it worked.
What do you think, Ryan?
Gosh, that is a completely foreign concept to me. All I remember is the line about them attracting the men with the higher hair. You got to get your hair taller than the other ladies.
I don't know. It just looked like a curtain across our forehead to me.
Yeah, it was nothing out of place.
No.
No.
But I will have to say that when they're at the Christmas dance ball, she looked stunning. She had her hair up. The bangs didn't look so funky. And like you could really, and she's in that red dress.
Yes.
And to me, I thought, wow, okay, she looks stunning.
No, if y'all ever wanted to pivot to a pure fashion podcast, we could talk about, I think, every single dress that she wore. Yes, and then when she goes outside and she's got the coat and the red dress and that little like headscarf thing. Oh, yeah, this is great.
It was so glamorous compared to the others of the stripes, that blue striped one. I'm like, whoa, what is this? That she had on. Or the curtain one, yes, at the party that they were throwing with all the little tassels or balls hanging down off her dress.
Yeah, that had to be a 20-pound dress.
Oh, yeah, it looked
right.
So heavy.
Right, but to end it in that red, and the dress was stunning. I thought it was beautiful, and she just looked beautiful in it. Like, wow.
The costume budget on this film, who knows?
I think that they kept that dress. I thought it was funny that everyone else was in their PJs. They're in the last, but she was still in her dress.
I was thinking that too. That's so funny. As a woman, I'm like, well, at least she looks so beautiful in her red dress on Christmas morning. Everyone else is in their pajamas.
It's probably in her contract that she has to look good the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
That you would hope so, yeah.
Maybe.
All right, well, what do we think of her singing?
Yes. Yes. She's definitely a singer.
Do we think she lip synced, or you think it was a boom recording as she did it? I was trying to figure that out. It looked pretty good.
I got the impression that it was legitimate just because she had that like quiver in her mouth when she would hit vibrato or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's hard to fake. It's Judy Garland, come on.
I know, I can never tell.
And one thing I learned is they had one color camera that MGM was obligated to use by some kind of contract, and they flipped through all the scripts they had available, all the screenplays, and determined this one would translate best in color. And that's why this is a color film, because a few of the later 40s holiday films we've done are still in black and white.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is still a big step. And that one camera followed them everywhere.
Wow, that's amazing that it was one camera. It looked great. Considering how long ago it was, it's one camera. It was awesome.
It holds up well. It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Vibrant.
I thought so.
They picked a good one for that camera.
Yeah, you really wonder if it would have as much staying power if there wasn't that color. Yeah, because you wouldn't appreciate the house as much.
I agree.
We wouldn't know that dress was red,
I
which
know.
you do need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done, like I said, we've done a few black and whites, and you do kind of forget after a while that you're even watching black and white. Mm-hmm. But this film and Wizard of Oz kind of have to be color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Their hair's red,
Yeah. Right.
So.
Well, and Christmas is just such a vibrant holiday in and of itself. Like, you got to be able to capture that in color.
Strong colors. All right, and then the next billed star is a little girl, Margaret O'Brien. She plays Tootie Smith. She is still alive. She's 88 years old.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh.
She won the 1944 Juvenile Academy Award for this film. And by the way, that award was stolen from her by a housekeeper 10 years later. And she finally recovered it in the 90s.
I'm glad. Why would you steal that? That's wild.
From that little girl.
A memorabilia collector found it. And
That's
the
amazing.
Academy did a special ceremony to re-give it to her
Oh, that's
really
so awesome.
later. So should we bring back the Juvenile Academy Award? What do we think? You'd have 5 nominees, under 18? Mm-hmm. Is that a good place to go, or do we think these kids are already wrecked anyway and we're just going to make it worse?
I feel like on the one hand, you do want to recognize the effort that these kids put into this. But you kind of spoke to something earlier about Judy Garland and the pressure that was put on her earning those awards. You know, if that were an ultimate goal, would she have worked as hard? Would she have pushed herself? And you never know.
I don't know. And then I think about things like Signs, how it was Haley Joel Osment was in the category in the best actor. And Toni Collette, I feel like some people say, you know, even though they weren't in the same category, maybe if Haley Joe wouldn't have been in the running, maybe Toni Collette would have gotten that award because she did great, but Haley Joe Osment was really like a standout. And I'm glad he got his Oscar, but
Okay.
but I don't know. And I'm pro awards. Give them more awards.
More awards, the better.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not against giving awards. I don't know. I think maybe sometimes when they're young like that, it's not about receiving it. It's about like not getting it, right? Like it's hard for them to handle. Not that I'm one that I think every child should get an award just for showing up. I don't necessarily feel that way, but when you work really hard at something and you were nominated but you didn't get the award,
As a young person.
you might have put all of your identity, all of your self-worth into that award and you don't get it and they don't know how to move forward. Whereas when you're a little more mature and you don't get it, you realize, well, I'm more than an award anyways, you know. And hopefully the kid, you never know how young minds are thinking, and even just like when you're in middle school and those are can be some hard times. And you're, as an adult, you're like, that's meaningless. It means nothing. I can't believe. But to them, it's their day-to-day. It is their life. It is so important to them. So that would only be my concern, is that young people not knowing how to handle not winning when they felt like they put their all into it.
Well, they quit doing it, so.
Yeah, maybe that was
That
their
might be the
thinking
reason.
as well. Maybe.
All right. Well, how do we think Margaret did as Tootie in this film?
She was my favorite character. Whenever they had like a 2D side quest during, you know, the Halloween, and I could have just kept watching that, like if that were its own movie. There's just something about the rambunctious little kid. I don't know.
She's a little morbid, huh?
A little bit. All
Yeah,
the
she was
dead
weird.
dolls.
I mean, definitely her character was was a little different out of, I would think, the ordinary, even for now or back in those times. She was burying her dolls because they had 4 diseases and they were dying.
4 fatal diseases.
4 fatal, yes. No matter what, this doll's going to die, you know. Can't live. So it was interesting.
All right. And then the other build star is the mother, Mrs. Anna Smith, played by Mary Astor. Get this real name, Lucille Vasconcelos Longhonque. So she's got a English, Italian, German name and changed it to Mary Astor wisely. She was a silent movie star starting in 1921. Many of her credits are on lost films, so they can't even be watched anymore. That's a little sad.
Shame.
And if only they had had We Love Video back then.
Exactly.
She won the 1941 Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in The Great Lie. And she also starred beside Humphrey Bogart in 1941's The Maltese Falcon. So what do we think of Mom here? Anna.
You know, for having such high billing, I feel like she wasn't that much of a presence in the movie, but what she was in was very good.
You're right. Like, she was an ever-present force in the house, but like you didn't really see her shine through until that piano scene. When she started playing, and you're like, oh, she's as much a part of this family as anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who's kind of caught in the middle because there are different interests as far as the promotion to New York versus staying at home, and the romances burgeoning with the girls and the younger girls running around and the older brother. I mean, they were pretty rooted. Even the housekeeper, grandpa. I mean, that mom was just kind of caught in the middle of it, and that would have been a tough walk.
Yeah, she's trying to keep her husband happy and her children happy. And sometimes that can be hard to do. I felt like the housekeeper had more of the mom presence, right? She was definitely more boisterous about what was going on in the house compared to the mother. But at the beginning of it, I want to say, wow, look at her hair. It looks like an owl to me on top of her head. I'm sorry. But then again, at the end, same thing. At the end, though, it was kind of more normal, maybe because she was just getting out of bed early Christmas morning, and she didn't look that way anymore. But I think through the rest of the movie, I was like, some hairdo right there you got. But we didn't see too much from her.
Okay. We have any other minor characters? I guess not minor. It's really almost an ensemble in a way. But when you've got a family of 5 kids and all these people in that house, anyone else impress you all and gain your attention?
The grandpa.
Yeah. I thought Grandpa stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a tie between him and Tootie for my favorite characters.
I wanted a whole other movie of Grandpa. Just he's doing shenanigans in that house all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows everything that's going on, right?
Those thin walls.
Those paper thin walls.
Yeah, Dad got ripped off on that.
Yeah.
By the way, he built that house and then he's going to leave. That'd be a tough house to leave, I should say.
Well, maybe that's why they didn't.
Yeah.
Any least favorite characters? Anyone overacting, underacting?
I was going to say that I thought Tootie was overacting. But when she cried there at the end, I thought, okay, no, never mind. She was just being really true to the character of Tootie because that cry was real.
In watching and in prepping, I did a little research on Margaret O'Brien. She could cry in command as well as anyone in Hollywood.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, that scene was heart-wrenching.
Yes.
And she did that, like, drop of a hat.
Very convincing.
I thought her little voice, Margaret's voice, just went well with the character, right? It was, It just sounded like it was supposed to be that voice.
Yeah. She's a little cutie.
Yeah.
I was expecting more presence from the brother. Like, I kind of forgot he was there from time to time.
Yeah.
He was...
Just a supporting actor.
That's what she's, yeah.
He never sang. He was kind of
Right.
outnumbered.
Yeah, he was in a house full of women.
was
Pretty
outnumbered.
much. It was him and Grandpa because Dad was working all the time.
True.
Trying to make the money.
He had 2 moms, 4 sisters. The guy was outnumbered.
Yeah, for sure. I think he just stayed out of the way.
Near the beginning of the film, I was prepared to say that the dad was my least favorite character.
Yeah.
But they kept developing him a little bit, and you got a little more insight into his thought process. And he still wasn't my favorite by far, but...
I agree. He grew.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, here's this dad just coming in, barging in, giving orders. And then over the course of 1 hour and 49 minutes, we got to know Dad. And in the end, he saves the day.
Right. He kind of put some stress on all of them starting out at the beginning when they have to have dinner an hour earlier.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah, so that Esther could get her phone call. And the way he was just so like, well, no, we always have dinner at, what was it, 6:45?
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it at 5, and I'm going to take my bath first. And it was just all about him, right?
Oh, yeah.
He kind of put a tense vibe in there. But towards the end, you could see a little bit of a softer side to him for sure.
Yeah, he cared.
Yeah. Well, I think starting out with the scenes, the very first scene where they're all coming in and tasting the soup. And it almost reminded me of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like, nope, too sour. Nope, too sweet. Well, I like it this way. I thought that was so funny. But I thought it was a good way to introduce the characters because they kind of all came in through the kitchen, sampling the soup to see if it was going to be fit for dinner, I guess.
Yeah, that was creative.
Yeah, I agree. Very effective and efficient.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite scene or anything that sticks out, Macy?
I mean, I think the phone call scene with Rose and her potential suitor was really so funny. Just them yelling at each other and not saying the things that they want to say in front of their whole family was really fun.
Yeah, it was funny how they couldn't really hear each other on the phone. And they're like you just said, Macy, yelling at each other. And then one would say something, they'd go, what? Huh? Like, oh, yeah, that's such a romantic phone call. And he's supposed to be proposing. No FaceTime, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I thought that Judy did such a great job with her facial expressions after she kissed John for the first time on the porch. And she comes back and they're all sitting in the family room, I guess. And she just sits there and those eyes just keep like
Yes.
doing their thing.
She looks shell-shocked, yeah.
Yeah.
And if like I want to talk about it, but I can't, and my mom is here, and da da da.
I mean,
was
she
great.
almost had like googly eyes. Like you could tell she was in love.
Yeah.
She had just been kissed by John and she had like the googly eyes. Her facial expressions were just great
She played
to
that
me.
well.
Yeah.
Ah, I thought she did awesome in that scene. What about any of the, I don't know, sad or sappy scenes to remember?
I kind of mentioned it already, but the whole family sitting around as the parents sang and played the piano, that was just very sweet.
Or even Judy singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas."
Like
It's good.
little subtle, like it meant different things to every member of the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, back in that time, they weren't even listening to radio yet. So if you wanted to be entertained, you either had to read by candlelight or play a musical instrument and sing. You had to entertain each other. I mean, can you imagine these kids that we have around here?
No, I mean, to me, I think it would be kind of nice because it would force you to like maybe play an instrument when otherwise you wouldn't have. I thought it was neat to see they were like sisters, Esther and Rose, throwing the party with the other young people. And literally they're singing and dancing in the family room or in the house. And that was their party, you know? And I thought that was cute. And then they're like, oh, let's do this one for them. And then they're singing to their guest, and that's how they're entertaining them. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, what else are you going to do? I don't
It's
know.
like they all have a huge repertoire. They can
Yes.
just bring up a song. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, they had hats and canes on command. Just like, okay, let's
True.
dance.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about the hat scene.
I mean, goes back to being so wholesome. I mean,
Yes.
just wow. Innocent there. You know, not totally innocent, but wow. I thought the funniest scene, there were a couple really funny scenes, honestly, but I liked the dancing when Esther was dancing with the lady from New York's dance card.
Oh,
All the weirdos.
Yeah.
That she had put together for her,
Yeah,
actually.
I was mean.
That last kid looked like an 8th grader.
Karma. Karma coming back at you. Hitting you in the face. Now you have to dance with all the ones that no one else really wanted to dance with. I also find it interesting that they had dance cards. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Did you know? I mean, I wonder if that's a thing. Like, was that really a thing?
I
You have
had
to
heard
sign?
the term, but
Oh, you have? Okay.
I've heard of filling out your dance card or filling up your dance card, but I didn't know that
I
was a
always
real thing.
assumed that was just a term of art. But no, literally, you're right.
Literally, yeah.
I honestly did like seeing kind of the rejects, whoever we're going to call them, because in other movies, you're like, oh, look, there's maybe like the one guy that the lady doesn't want to dance with because they have a history or whatever. And it's like, oh no, those people were at the dance. They were still dancing.
And the grandpa knew who they were.
Yes.
I guess he knew the family names. I guess it runs in the family because he was like, oh, look what you did.
Well, that also goes to show Esther knew how good everyone in town was at dancing because she knew to pick all the bad ones. Like, how does she know that?
True. Yeah, they knew everyone.
This is a recurring ball or event that they probably went to every year, and they probably had a spring one, and that's just...
Yeah, they knew them.
Yeah.
But they had their little plan, remember? Like, remember? So they had a plan of the guys they wanted to be dancing with. Well, I have a question. Maybe y'all can help me out with this. When they were at the ball towards the end and Esther's dancing with Grandpa and he kind of pulls her around the Christmas tree and then she comes out on the other side with John. What was that about? Like, did he have a tux on? I forgot to look. I know he had a suit on. Like, did he find his tux?
I forgot to look too.
You know,
How'd he get it?
He had a tux on.
he did.
That's an unanswered question.
Yeah. Don't know how he got it.
He either
Is it Grandpa magic again?
or he either found the tailor's house, like he talked about doing,
Yeah.
or he was the same size as Grandpa, and there was a switch right there.
A Christmas miracle.
Because we never saw Grandpa again there, so
Yeah,
maybe they
that's
swapped
true.
outfits.
She swapped guys and suits, right? I don't know.
No, that's so funny. They made such a big deal about the tux, and then I didn't even look at what he was wearing when he showed up. I was
I'm
just
like,
yeah,
well,
he's here
how did
now.
he get it? Because it was his dad's already, so we know he didn't borrow one from his dad. Because his dad's was still at the cleaners. And when John is there, the scene where John comes over and he says, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to take you because my tux is still at the cleaners and they're closed and I can't get them to open. I thought that when she went back up and was crying and Grandpa came out and said, you know, I took mine out of the mothballs last night and it's still really good. Or I thought that Grandpa was going to offer it to John. I had no idea that Grandpa was going to say, I'll take you. And then she's overly excited by telling her mother, oh, no, I'm going to the ball. I'm going with the handsomest man in town, Grandpa. I'm like, are you kidding me? You were just crying so hard that the love of your life, you know, the one that you got googly eyes for with one little kiss is not taking you, but you're totally happy and satisfied that now Grandpa's going to take you to the biggest ball that you're waiting to go to.
She was like giving Rose a hard time for going with their brother, and
Yeah.
what's more pathetic? No offense to Grandpa, but taking your brother or your grandpa to a dance.
I know. You know, at least, yes, you can trade off, you know, your brother's around the same age, you know, just within a few years, right? But Grandpa, come on.
Yeah, brother you could walk in with, and then he could find someone to dance with, and you can
Exactly.
find, because they had cards, so they had
Right.
10 other people to dance with.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They switched dates, did the whole switcheroo.
Yep. All right, well, let's get into quotable lines. Does anyone have any quotes they want to bring back?
I wrote down the maid saying that she didn't want to be proposed to over an invention, being the phone.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's funny that it's the phone, but I mean, I wouldn't either, right? I mean, like, how romantic is that? You can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
kiss him. Like, will you? Yeah, I want to marry you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And you can't even have one little kiss or a hand held.
No.
I mean,
No, I was thinking, I think it's true today. I'm trying to think of what other modern
Right?
things, but it'd probably be like, yeah, you shouldn't propose to someone over any
yeah, could
sort
you
of
imagine
invention.
getting a text? Hey, will you marry me?
Right.
Like, what?
I would only say that if they were the only ones in town who like had a phone, because it was a new invention,
Right.
and they could be in the Guinness Book of World Records
Yeah,
or
you
something
can make that cute.
as
That's
the
true.
first. But phones seem like were not super commonplace, but people had
So
them.
it could give you a little clout. Guess what?
Yeah.
I got proposed to over the phone.
Yep.
He only had to repeat himself twice.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he did ask me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. Okay, mine is remind me to spank you after dinner.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's what the dad said to Trudy, remember?
Yeah.
And she was on board with it.
And she's like, oh, okay. Yes, sir, I think was the answer. Like, oh man.
I think we already touched on my favorite quote. It's Tootie, like, I'm the most horrible.
Oh yeah.
A badge of honor.
Yes, that was just great.
Mine is, nowadays you can't find a good maid for $12 a month.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be thinking about that for a really long time.
I mean, she was there every day
Oh yeah.
for $12 a month. I know inflation, that was 1903. I'll have to go back and do the calculation, but
But overnight on Christmas Eve.
That's
she was
amazing.
there.
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have another one when John did go to Esther and say, I'm sorry, I can't take you to the ball. And he goes, oh, you must hate me. And she turns around and she goes, oh, John, I don't hate you. I just hate basketball. Because he had stayed, I guess,
Late.
too long at practice.
Right.
Or maybe it was a game, I don't know. But he obviously was an athlete because they talked about him with multiple sports, I think.
Yeah, because he said football and
Yeah,
basketball.
football and basketball. And so that's why he couldn't get to the cleaners on time, was because he stayed too late and then the cleaners was closed. So I thought that was so funny. I don't hate you. I hate basketball.
Another favorite quote with John I liked is whenever Esther went over to apologize for beating him up, and he's like, well, you can come over tomorrow and beat me up again. Smooth operator.
He was pretty smooth. Once he got past that extended turning down the lights sequence and the awkward banister part, from there on out, he was locked in. But that was a little awkward. But that's part of the establishment.
He had to pick up that hint.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I thought it was cute how when they were turning down the lights and they handshaked goodbye, and he said, "You have a strong grip for a girl or a woman." I can't remember what she said, but I thought it was cute when then she went over there, the same scene, apologizing, and he kind of grabbed her shoulders and then kissed her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, you have a strong grip for a guy." I like how she used it back at him. I thought
Clever.
that was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. The writing was good.
The dialogue was fun throughout.
Oh, it was.
Yes.
I mean, it was just clicking along.
Yeah.
They always said the right thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, getting to the moral of the story. What do you think, Macy? What do you think the moral of the movie, or maybe a character arc?
I know, if I focus on the big family picture of whether they're moving to New York or not, it's even though something might be right for one person in the family, you look at what is best for all of us. Everyone's got stuff going on. Family number one, very wholesome values kind of thing.
What'd you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I think I had the exact same takeaway. It's there were lines at the end, as long as we stick together, wherever we go, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And that kind of touches on Esther dancing with Grandpa. That feeds into the theme. I'm dancing with my family.
Right.
That's why I'm okay with that. At least that's how I read it.
And also that your family has your back. When you need someone to stand in and fill in, your family's going to do that for you. The brother did it. The grandpa did it for the sisters. So, yeah, they've got you. They're your support system.
Yeah, I felt like it was a reminder not to take things for granted. They appreciated where they lived more at the end than they did at the beginning. Their little daily life, they were enjoying themselves, but once they thought it might go away and then it came back, they were all I think even the dad said that.
Yes.
They really appreciate St. Louis now.
Yeah.
And when they're looking at the fair, they're like, this is all just right here.
Yeah.
Our own backyard where we live.
Yes.
The grass is always greener in someone else's yard.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I find that to be true. I feel like, sometimes we get caught up in day-to-day life and we don't always get to see what is right in the place where we live, And I know when my sister and her family come to visit us, I'm always looking to entertain them when they're here. And I'm always finding cool things. And I've been able to do some of the tourist things around Austin that I wouldn't have necessarily gotten to do had I not been trying to entertain outside guests when I'm like, this is really cool. I need to do this more often. I live here. I can do this whenever I want.
Totally. We do the same thing.
Yeah, because you just get caught up in
The
your...
staycation stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The staycations can be the best sometimes.
All right. Do we have any hot takes here?
Okay. I've been thinking about it. Maybe not as much of a Christmas movie as I went in thinking. I don't know. I'm on the fence about calling it a Christmas movie.
Okay.
There's a hot take.
Ah. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Interesting. Would you call Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Absolutely.
I feel like that has just as much allusion to Christmas.
No, Die Hard's is Christmas all the way through. The whole thing is Christmas.
I get it.
It's
It all
a year
happened.
in the life of this family. I don't know. I'm not saying remove it from Christmas list, but I had thought it was a cut and dry Christmas movie, and then watching it,
Very true.
yeah.
Now, this is a holiday film countdown. So
You're going to have to delete this episode.
we have Halloween, which is a holiday featured. I wish they would have done more Thanksgiving because that would have just tied it all in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Or even New Year's.
and who knew how big, maybe Thanksgiving wasn't big yet. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, this is 1902, 1903. But I will say the penultimate scene takes place at Christmas when they decide that they're staying And I'll also say that the big song is a Christmas song.
Yeah.
And that's what lingers in our cultural milieu. So it's there, but I see your point.
But yeah, before we watched it, it was at the video store as a musical, and I had said that I didn't think that was right. But now, I think I might leave it a musical, and it can double as a Christmas movie.
It is totally musical.
Yeah.
We're going to get in the soundtrack in a minute, but wow, it's a musical.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I remember this movie, I'm going to remember the Christmas parts. Because like Tim said, that's kind of when a lot of the pivotal story elements take place. I see your point. So
Yeah.
I won't call you wrong, but
Right.
I'm hot taking it.
That's a real hot take,
Yeah.
and I like it. There's nothing soft about
Yeah.
that. It's not warm. It's a hot take. I have a hot take. I think the title could have been Americana. I also think the title could have been First World Problems.
yeah, for sure.
His tux, no.
First world problem. Sorry. I like that too. All right. Well, I don't really have a hot take, so
Yeah, me neither.
I'm going to move on to the parent guide, which at the time they didn't really have a parent guide. There's no PG or R or PG-13. It was just either approved or not approved, and this film was approved. And I totally agree with that because it, like we said again, it's so wholesome. I don't see how it could really offend too
Yeah.
much in any way.
So a slight hot take is that it's actually racier now than it was when it was released because of all the smoking. So back then smoking was no issue. But if you look at like an IMDb now, it says smoking and drug use, mild. So
Yeah. It didn't have as much smoking as some of the older films that we've seen, though.
yeah.
Some of them, I mean, everyone is constantly smoking. This one, it was just a little. It wasn't even that much.
And I feel like pipe smoking is just more like chilling in the library versus chain smoking cigarettes.
Yes. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Smoking is smoking. Sorry.
It's more it's again, wholesome. Wholesome tobacco consumption.
Oh, I don't know about that.
A lot of smoking, a lot of arson.
Dude, he sang that song about being drunk.
Oh, yeah.
That was that was probably the
True.
most scandalous part of the whole movie, and it wasn't that scandalous.
Yeah.
And they said what the H.
Tim is not censoring himself. They said what the age.
And the neighbor that Trudy threw flour in his face, he had empty bourbon bottles.
whiskey bottles.
Empty whiskey bottles in his basement.
Oop.
Bad news.
Multiple.
Multiple.
He deserved that flower.
He did.
Okay, well, let's go into the soundtrack. It is a musical. It opens with Meet Me in St. Louis. Then we move on to The Boy Next Door, Judy Garland there. Then we have a little medley at the party with Skip to My Lou and Yankee Doodle Dandy. And then we have the trolley song.
I like the trolley song.
Yeah.
It's fun. Specially built trolley for this film.
It's so cool.
It had to fit all those people. And they took it down another street on the MGM lot where they had a bunch of houses. So the backdrop is real. It's not, I guess, film or whatever you want to call it. What would you call it?
Screen.
Yeah,
yes,
green
a
screen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real deal there. And then it culminates with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That was a new song. So that song debuted here.
Oh.
Written for the film. And I'm going to say in about 3 minutes, Judy Garland single-handedly propelled this film up the holiday film countdown about a dozen spots.
Oh, yeah.
It went from mid-30s to low 20s. It's pretty awesome.
I definitely agree. I felt like it almost sounded like that song was written for her. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just sounded so like it was meant for her voice when she was singing it.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight.
my mind as a 30-something, that song has always existed. You know, as long as Christmas has existed, that song has existed. So to hear that was made for this movie, that's incredible.
And it fit in really well with the scene, too. It's really kind of melancholy. They're about to move. It's in a year, it'll be better, you know. But
It sends Tootie running out the house, destroying snow
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So it was the spur for the action that led to Dad to make the final decision. And we also have just a traditional orchestral score in the background a lot here, which is pretty standard for all these old films.
Yeah.
Any other comments on the soundtrack? I joked about putting subtitles on the screen so we could do a sing-along, but that got nixed pretty quick.
Ryan's
Ryan's the only one that could hang with that. So
Yeah.
Ryan's the singer in the group, actually.
that's right.
I
The
don't
rest
know
of
about
us,
that.
He's being modest.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and rate it. We ready to rate it?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
I think so.
It's a 3.8 on Letterboxd.
Okay. So Macy, what would you rate this film?
Okay, I will say on my letterbox, I don't rate anything because I don't want to make the movies feel sad. It was like a whole thing. I was getting like so anxious about it. So I just
Yeah.
log only.
Yeah.
But no, I think that out of 5, this is for sure a 4. I think Letterboxd has it too low. It is a classic. It's funny, it's sweet, it looks great. Like no complaints over here.
All right. And you, Ryan, where are you putting it?
So I have never been a huge musical guy. I can appreciate the occasional musical, like Fiddler on the Roof or something. So for this movie to like really get to me, I feel says something. I think I'm also going to give it a 4, which is high praise for a musical for me. So
Great. Jamie?
I'm having a hard time on this one. I don't know if I think it's a 4, but I think it's very close to a 4. I know that sounds nitpicky. Maybe it's just right under a 4 for me, like a 3.8.
Staying with the Letterboxd.
safe.
Yeah. Well, only because there were a few scenes that I was kind of like, oh, with the singing. I mean, I enjoy most of it, but there was a little bit of it. I just kind of felt like, okay, we can move on now with the singing part of it. And that's my only reason why I'm holding back from the 4, because I did have that just, I mean, real quick and just a couple of times that I was just like, okay, you know.
You were taken out of the moment for a little bit.
I was,
Yeah.
because I really enjoyed the movie, but there were a couple of times where I was kind of like, oh, and then I get right back into it, but so I can't give it a 4 because of that reason.
Okay. And I'm very comfortable splitting the difference and going 3.9 on this one.
There we go.
Hey.
I mean, that's right where it is. And I think you all have expressed my thoughts. It's a 3.9 to me.
Like it just about as much of a consensus as you can get, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Macy, would you recommend this film? And if so, who would you recommend it to?
I think I would absolutely recommend it. If someone liked musicals and they hadn't seen it, absolutely. I think if someone is looking for a holiday movie that they haven't seen, I think that this would be a really good recommendation. And anyone just trying to fill in any gaps of Judy Garland that they have, because she really makes the whole movie.
Right.
All right. And you, Ryan, who would you recommend it to?
I would recommend it to Macy's mom.
It was made for my mom. That's absolutely true.
That's great.
Whenever we get together for the holiday, she always shows us a combination of the new cheesy Hallmark movies and old classics.
Oh.
And without even knowing for sure, I could all but guarantee Macy's mom has seen this movie already. But
Oh, yeah, and loves it.
yeah, but I'd still sit down and watch it with her.
It sounds like I would like Macy's mom.
We'll bring her on.
Bring her on.
Macy's mama's got it going on.
That's good.
Oh my God. That is very good.
Anyone else you'd recommend it to, Ryan?
You know, our good friends, Jenny and Shane, have been asking us for a lot of movie recommendations lately. And they're members at We Love Video, so they'll walk in and I'll just show them to a shelf. I think they would really enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
They appreciate going for those kind of cultural blind spots. And I think for a lot of people in our generation, Judy Garland is a blind spot, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think they would appreciate this one.
Okay. And Jamie?
Yeah, I think I would recommend it to definitely an older crowd and then younger crowd of people who appreciate the musicals, who appreciate the classics. Very entertaining. Maybe not so much to young kids at Christmas time. I can't see younger kids sitting and watching it, but you would have to have a little bit of appreciation. So I would say young adults and on
Yeah.
would like it.
Yeah, again, I agree with you all. I would go younger theater people and older patient people because there is a little bit of, it's a longer film and there's a bit of a slow build,
Yeah.
but they pop in little vignettes to keep you laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it moves along, but it is not a short film. It's not one you're just going to watch quickly. It's a settle in type film.
All right, Macy, what is your favorite holiday film then?
This was so hard. I love holiday movies.
I know, it's hard.
And there's like a slew that I have to watch every single year, but
Yep.
probably Home Alone. That's my
Okay.
favorite.
Good call. And you, Ryan, what's your favorite?
I think my favorite is The Muppets Christmas Carol.
All right.
I think it's a really good combination of classic story, like modern elements, retelling it. I love
Great soundtrack on that, too.
Great soundtrack. Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I watched it a lot as a kid, so it holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
It's coming up.
Ooh.
I gotta know
And-
what number.
It's a good one.
And the guest is a lover of that film.
All right. Well, Macy, is there anything that you would like to promote?
I know plenty of things. I think we promote membership at We Love Video. We're
Yes.
Austin's only all volunteer run nonprofit video store and screening room. And so if you're looking to volunteer anywhere, we'd love to have you. If you're looking to support a local nonprofit and watch cool movies, we'd love to have you too.
We have a big holiday section and a big musical section.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You have a big section of everything from what I've seen when I've been
Just about,
there.
yeah.
I mean, if you love movies, you got to go check it out.
You have to be there.
Yeah, you do.
And we watched Meet Me in St. Louis on a We Love Video DVD today. Double DVD with lots of features.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
pretty
we're,
cool.
We're honored that you rented it from us.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely. So Macy and Ryan were integral, really driving the effort to relaunch We Love Video.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for joining this discussion of our 22nd ranked film, Meet Me in St. Louis. Please like, follow, and comment on this podcast.
Yes, please share and spread the word about Holiday Film Countdown. Thank you, Macy and Ryan,
Thank you.
Oh,
for
thank
joining
you.
us. It was a pleasure. And thanks to all of our listeners. Next week, we're moving on to our 21st ranked holiday film, which will take us to New York City.